Hi there, I'm Linda K. Gifford, and I am a CSA survivor. And I'm here to remind you not to trade your daughter for a cow. Right, don't trade your daughter for a cow. Now, most people, when you say that to them, they're like, that's funny. It's like, not so much. Today is the Ian Spades. And as a CSA survivor who was groomed and sexually assaulted for 7 years of my adolescence and teen years, or what I like to call my childhood, or what should have been, I have learned that it's not just enough to do personal healing. We have gone through the S and the P and the A and the D for the last 4 weeks, with a week off because Dianne Feinstein died, and my great friend's second father to die in a few months, funeral celebration of life was last week. And then I got the flu from all of it. So pardon, last week was one, and today also, because the computer crashed. But we're going to move on now. Educate and advocate. Hello, everybody. It's nice to see you. And it is a common practice in this world to trade daughters for cows and for livestock. It's bad enough arranged marriages. It's just it's the same thing, only bigger. And we're going to talk about that. This is Educate and Advocate. First, we started with S, the S in spades. The shame is not yours. And we talked about all about that. Please go review. Everything's on YouTube. And please go subscribe. I have done nothing but use YouTube as a library. And my publicist says, I need to tell you to please go subscribe to YouTube. Please do. Because we need to grow. And along those lines, we got 2,600 followers last week, prompting a string of people to contact me for sex. I'm like, people, I am not a prostitute. A sex therapist is, in my situation, is a neurolinguistic practitioner who specializes in complex post-traumatic stress syndrome. And that is all. Okay? So, lindagifford.com, before we get into it all, I apologize. I let go of lindagifford.com and changed it to lindakgifford.com to separate myself from a famous lawyer, or a rich lawyer and a famous artist by the same name. And when I let go of lindagifford.com, it was snapped up immediately, unbeknownst to me, by a sex ring. So talk about a slap in the face for what I'm doing. lindagifford.com appears to sell Asian girls, and I am disgusted. And I've got people on the inside working on this. We have cyber capabilities, and we will use them. So I'm not supposed to cuss. F with me or us. I get death threats because I stand up for women in this world. Because I tell you, if you're not going to leave your religion, fine. I am a very spiritual person myself. We all have our own understanding, and that's fine, as long as it doesn't hurt someone else or disparage against someone else. But I said this before, and I'm going to say it again. Take the goodness and the kindness and the love and the potlucks, definitely the potluck dinners, and singing on Christmas Eve or whatever your Eves are. Take all of that. Enjoy Eid. And Ramadan, a beautiful, beautiful thing Ramadan is. But if you're going to stay in your religion, then you need to fix it. Then you need to work from the inside. Accept the love and the goodness and the kindness and change the things that aren't. So part of educating and advocating is standing up for yourself as a human being, as a woman, as someone who owns her own vagina, who's someone who says, no, you can't decide who I'm going to marry based on who you want to be connected to, or in parts of the world, you can't trade me for a cow to an old man when I'm 14. Let me tell you about an interview I watched. An American woman married a man in Kenya and went to visit family of his. who lived, in the woods. This woman she interviewed said she felt sorry for us because we don't have sister wives, and then went on to explain why. She said when she was 14, her father traded her for a cow to an elder man, much elder man, to a 14-year-old at least, who then took her away, kicking and screaming. She said she cried the whole time. She was very depressed. She had sex all the time, hated it. And she was finally happy because he came home with another. He stole another girl. And that made her happy because that is her life. It made her life easier. And she said they were both happy when he came home with wife number 3 and they all live, they don't leave, right? And she said, because now with 3 wives, we can make more girls to trade for livestock. That is what the woman said. That came out of a human mother's mouth because they're so disparaged against that's their life. It's better for him to steal and trade and rape some other woman and bring her to me because now I have a friend and I don't have to take all the pounding. This is just sick. And if your religion supports this, then you need to fix it. So I am calling on everyone to fix or flee. And that's very important to me in educating and advocating. Fix or flee. Along those lines, something incredible happened today. One of the reasons I started late today, because I had already kind of given up on the computer. I tried again, but I was contacted just a few hours ago by, I'm not going to say her name yet, but a very famous author of 4 books and leader in the world of, a fellow survivor, leader in the world of consent legislation. Because right now, when you go to court, what the courts look at, even if it was a child, is did they fight back? If you didn't fight back, that's consent. If you didn't yell and scream, no, that's consent in their book. If you were 5 and you were cultured into being groomed and raped for years, or 10, like I was, that's considered consent. And that's bullshit. That's utter bullshit, and we have to change it. So I was contacted by her to please join Sweet Survivor's forces with her efforts with CAN, and I am so honored. I mean, this woman has done multiple TED Talks and has 4 books out and is moving and shaking. And now Sweet Survivor is working with CAN to change to make legislation that says what is and is not consent, and to back it up to, instead of the words that come out of someone's mouth after they've been assaulted, and don't call it abuse. Being raped is assault, and it is an insult to me and to every one of us when the entire society, every piece of literature, even the people like me who spent their childhoods being groomed and raped, are calling it abuse. And that is a light word. Abuse is a big deal. Assault is a violent crime. It is a life-changing experience. And if it happens over and over again when you are a child, you don't learn to say no. You learn to dissociate. And we talked all about that in the P week. You'd think it'd be the D week, but that's not. The P week is separate the past from the present. And that is dissociation, trying to understand how you do it, why you do it. Go back and review that. We went so far into that and way into the neuro processes. And I have to stay on topic today because I have to keep these close to 30 minutes, not more than 40. So, structure. Ooh, never had to podcast for the first time with the other chapters of the book and all of the other topics. I forgot to plug my phone in. That's not a good idea. I don't know, I make up all these weird accents and none of them are actually anything, are they? I am who I am. So, educate yourself. I recommend, not just recommend, I implore upon you to educate your family. My family, yeah, I knew there'd be repercussions. I didn't know they'd be this bad. I didn't know the totally uninvolved sister would cut me off 2 months ago and say she never wanted to speak to me again because I can't get the hell over it and I'm putting this book out, and threatened to sue me if she's in it. And I'm like, thanks for the support. I was like, I went to see her thinking like, she'd be like, yay, Rocco. And it was like, you're disowned. Shit happens, but you know what? You're more important to me. I love my sister and she loves me. And I'm sorry that my family can't get behind what I'm doing, but I'll just have to feel that love from afar now, and in a distant, I'm pissed off at you sort of way, because I can't let what happened to me happen to other people without trying to intervene. And I can't let people be trafficked. I can't let this go on in neighborhoods and do nothing. So, after forming Sweet Survivor, I decided to form the Sweet, well, it was the Sweet Survivor Rescue Team, then it was the Sweet Angel Rescue Team, and we've settled on the Sweet Hero Action Teams. And what I need you to do is watch in your own community, in your own neighborhoods, in your own backyard, in your own schools, in your own classrooms. I need you to watch and report. If someone tells you something, if a child or adult tells you about something going on, you might be afraid you're going to get in trouble, or you might be targeted. And that's why from now on, our chat is devoted to not only answering questions with people, the chat at sweetsurvivor.com, also lindakigifford.com, also sweetshoppinggroup.com, and every shopping shop in there all goes to the same place. What we are doing, what I am doing, is I will take your information and then I will delete you. And then I will pass that information to Thorn. And Thorn, founded by Ashton Kutcher and his then wife Demi Moore, and still led by him, he considers Thorn his actual job. Acting is a sideline. Thorn is what he does. And they have grown into a cyber capability that is great. It's amazing. They are now local, regional, federal law enforcement, military, and private agencies all communicating together through Thorn. I will get your information to Thorn. I want you to be more concerned about the person that might be being abused or assaulted. Don't call it abuse, it's assault. Or trafficked, than I am about my safety. So tell me. I pack. I don't go anywhere in a state that I'm allowed, that I'm not armed, because I know people want to kill me. And you know what? I don't care. Because I have a mission, and I need you to join me. I need you to join me. So I'm asking all of you to please go to YouTube and like and subscribe. Ugh, I hate to say that, but necessary evil. Like and subscribe at YouTube, please. It helps with the algorithm. It helps them put us out further, and then we can help the people that actually need helped. And reaching out like this has brought in people like the author who contacted me today, who is giving us an opportunity to join forces and do real good work in this world with major organizations that already exist. Can you tell I'm excited? I'm so excited. So educate your family if you're willing, because you don't want to create trauma cycles. You don't want to perpetuate trauma cycles. So you need to learn. Like I always say, you need to understand what you don't know. And you need to understand that you don't know some things. You have C-PTSD and some stuff just is missing. It was for me when I understood that sex was supposed to go two ways and that it wasn't just performance art, that I wasn't just supposed to be pleasing somebody else. That was a major life shift. And that was very recently. 3 marriages, 3 divorces. I never brought my authentic self. So you have to heal yourself to be anything for anybody else first. And if you want to heal your family, well, I had to bust mine up. But the problem wasn't in my immediate family. So this is why I'm more sad personally. I had a great family. So great that there were one still alive. Don't want me to talk about this. I guess it somehow blows the great family image. I don't understand that, because the person who assaulted me was not an immediate family member, and he had the wool pulled over everybody's eyes. And I was so young that I was cultured into it. And even, I mean, yes, I knew it was horrible and wrong, but not with such conscious thought at first. And by the time all that was going on, I played all kinds of psychological tricks, from trying to be in love with him, to thinking, believing him when he said I was a better mother to my niece and nephew, and I was their real mother, and all of that, but I was a little child. And then I carried guilt and shame around with me for a lifetime. And this is why these consent laws matter so much, because a 10-year-old is not capable of giving consent, and a groomed child has no idea what that is, or what is right and wrong. And when they do, it's too late, because they're too in it. They're too involved. So it's up to you. It's up to you, and it's up to me. And it's up to the Sweet Hero action teams to change our rape culture and to change the language of society. We need to call rape assault, not abuse. Children who are being raped aren't being abused. They're being assaulted. Don't you understand that? It just makes me so angry to have been assaulted and assaulted and assaulted. And then hear even survivors and doctors and therapists refer to it as abuse. You've got to not diminish our experience. If someone punches you in the face, did they abuse your face? Or are you going to file assault charges? You're going to file assault charges. You're not going to say, or you're going to beat the fucking living crap out. I'm not supposed to gas the freaking living crap out of them and walk away. You're not going to go, oh, I'm mad at you for abusing my face. So when someone sticks their dick in you that you did not agree to, when they groom and rape you, how dare you call it abuse? It is assault. Change your language, please. And call it assault. Then you've got to educate the world. We've got to educate the whole world. Because daughters are traded for cows. And women, even in wealthy countries, as you know, are commoditized to the point that their father thinks that that their vagina is literally a tool. I'm going to decide who makes babies with you. You can't go out without a chaperone, even though I think that's a pretty good idea, but not forced in the way they do it. Human beings should have autonomy. And if yours was taken away from you, or is in risk of being taken away from you, you don't have to accept that. You need to get out. You need to get out. You need to change your life. And there are places to do that. There are people that will help you. You need to contact someone. If someone is arranging a marriage for you and you don't want to do it, there are ways out. I will help you. I will help you with all the contacts I can. We'll figure out what your needs are and we'll find them. It's a specialty of mine, is finding people and getting things done by any channel necessary. CSA survivors deserve legal understanding. We deserve to see the future changing. We deserve for you to stop sexualizing little children in the way you talk and in the way you dress them, in the way you accept this idea that when day somebody turns 18, they are no longer a child. Guys, teenagers, you can't be listening because I have this only for adults. My content I have locked to only for 18 and up. But if you're 18 or 19, that doesn't give grown-ass men a right to line up to use and abuse you. And that is what they do. There's so many good men in this world, but the bad ones, that is what they do. I know I've got this fan on. Let's check out my fan. It's got a clock on it. Can you see the clock? It actually has the time. My son gave that to me. And it's really loud, but it's really hot in here, so I apologize for the whir. Stop this world from disparaging against anybody. That's all I'm saying. Educate and advocate. You know what's right. You know what's wrong. And what makes me the most angry are the women who have bought into the patriarchy so hard that they try to be the best bad woman. That they are the ones that are coming down on other women, that are saying men are the leaders. It's in the Bible. It's in the Quran. It's in the whatever. It's like, no, it's not. Not really. I mean, you can twist words to say that, or you can like believe a string of things put together by multiple people, changed over 2,000 years, multiple times, and definitely geared to a certain type of patriarchal control. You know, if that's the thing you want to follow, okay. But don't disparage against the rest of us, because we would like to choose whose dick goes in our vagina. We would like to choose whose babies we make. And we would like to not be traded for cows. So educate and advocate. Get out there in the world. Heal yourself. Let your family know that their dysfunction has to stop if it's in your family, or that you're out of it at least. Be the one. Be the one that stops the cycle. So much going on. I'll tell you what, I'm going to talk to you again tomorrow. I lost yesterday to still feeling crappy from the flu and the computer crashing, and just like, I just went screw it at the last minute. So I'm going to come back on tomorrow and talk more about all of this. Just do me a favor, like and subscribe. Please start a $5 subscription at sweetsurvivor.com. It's $5 a month. You control the portal. You can stop it. You don't have to wait for someone to like answer and go. You can pause, you can skip, you can cancel. I got the like best one out there that you literally control yourself, not me. So like you can go, oh, I don't have the money, and you can stop. Or you can skip it, or you can pause it, or you can just like cancel on the spot. You don't have to wait for an admin to cancel it. None of those. I know, we've all been scammed. I bought a beauty cream years ago, and I got like 8 jars, $100 beauty cream that I didn't like, trying to get the goddamn thing canceled. So, I would not do that to you. I would not do that to you. And please consider, not just consider, go buy everything for everyone, gift-wise, at Sweet Survivor. We don't have a huge amount of products, but they are bought from actual women-led, mostly women artisans, but some of them are families and communities. And they're artisan entrepreneurs from all over the world that we buy from directly. We go on and buy it, and we warehouse it in America, and we ship it to you. So if you buy from Sweet Survivor, you're helping these individual artisan entrepreneurs and families, and you're also flipping all of the profit into Sweet Survivor. So thank you. Thank you for that. I take a small fee for speaking. Other than that, I'm all in. Please join me. Don't follow me and not join. If you're not going to help, if you've got $5 a month and you're not going to put it into Sweet Survivor, I don't know what you're doing here, because I have a mission and I need you to join, not just watch. Okay? And we'll do a whole lot of healing, but today was different. Most of these days I'm getting personal. I'm working with you more kindly, but this is Educate and Advocate, and I'm incredibly passionate about the fact that nothing is going to change if you don't. Nothing is going to change if we just heal ourselves and hide again. Stop it. Stop this madness. Stop rape culture. I will talk to you tomorrow at 3.